Hello guys. Um, I want to show us another tips of under over that I just finished with right now. Now, initially I was giving us under 8 and over 1, which always gives us 23%. But I think that is too risky, because by the time you actually want to Montigale, you will see that you will be opening your capital to too many risks on there, which shouldn't be. So because of that, I tested another number which is under 7 and over 2, which we simply give us 40%. With this 40%, you can Montigale with 2.5%. And as compared to this, that will be Montigale with stocks like 5, we stocks like 500%, and this zone we give you like 250%. What I mean by this is, if probably you make use of like $1 to stake, under 8, if you want to recover back, so that simply means you have to go all the way to $5, which is too risky for my liking. But now if you're talking about under 7 or over 2, you risk your $1. If you want to recover it back, you just use stocks like 2.5, which will naturally recover it back on under 7 or over 2. So let's get started. It just simply is still the same thing. Now most of the time you see that there is no particular analysis for this. We're just trying to minimize our loss and maximize our profit. So what I make use of in this right now, it's I consider when it's under 7, I consider the figure 7, 8, 9 to appear, and the subsequent side, if we have figures that are under 7 to appear, you make it, and the same thing actually appears to over 1, and you guys can see all of these that we've been making, because you just one that goes off, and we make use of 25, like I said, 2.5 against 10, and I reduce it back so that we can just keep going up and up like that. For this my demo account, because I can't show my real account, I've always been saying that. So let's try to see if probably we can increase this to 200. That means we're having a target of that, and I want to stake to $10 there. So the very first thing is 97. So below it, you go into it. Remember, like I said, if 7, 8, 9 appears and the subsequent one, the 2 decimal places appears to be under it, you do it. As you guys can see that this one is actually a win. We are not promising everything to be 24/7 winners. That is 100% winners, but of course you can still minimize it. So by the time we get to street 8 and 6, is it under it, we click or we trigger the trades. That simply doesn't mean that we can't still lose it, but of course we're just using it as a filtering measure. Can you see now we keep going up, and if your winners are more than your losers, then that means you're good to go. Let's change it to 2. So for 2 now, of course you're looking at 0, 1, 2, as you can see 0 there, so once it's above that, you click it. But of course let's just hold on a little bit again. As you can see, that's what we're looking for. Once you have your 0 and 1 and the subsequent 2 decimal point is above your 2, you can actually trigger it. It doesn't mean that I might probably not catch you, but like I said, you see that I keep repeating that over and over again and again, because it doesn't mean that because you're making it can't truly catch you, but of course you can maximize your gain with it. So let's see what it's going to give us. So what we're just going to do is to just try as much as possible. Sometimes you might probably not Montigale, you can just continue with your 10. If you want to continue with it, of course you can continue with your 10, or probably just to 15, so that we can do this once, and you do that and you still be good to go, because it's about discipline. Discipline actually tells you being in control of your money management, you see, because I saw that 1 and 7, 1 is there, 1 was there rather, so that's how I actually put it, actually trigger it. So I'll come back to 10 here. Can you see now? So it catches me again, had even actually done that initially, it would have been more, three-sided than that. So let me change back to my 7 down here, and let's see what we're going to do. 7, 8. Okay, 8 is there. Are they below? 8 is still there. 9 is there. So we'll just recover. We'll just wait for it a little bit for another round of set of numbers to come in, and we do it. So we're waiting for it now. 9, 0, 9, 5, 3, 7, and boom, here we go. So we just do that, and we see what we're going to do from there. So if this recovers, it does. So that simply means it recovers at 15. So remaining the 10 that we're looking for. So let's do 25, so that we can just know that we've done that already. So that is 9 again. Are they still both? So that's the stuff there. That's why we actually come in to recover the 10 back, and we continue with prediction. As you can see now, that it simply makes it now, like I used to say, it's about minimizing your loss. We're not saying you will not, it shouldn't catch you, but in the period where it catches you, or your ability to now put yourself together, not to be too much in a haze into making it back, into recovering it back, which is what we call revenge trading, is actually highly important. So we're still good to go, because we're still going. Now this method I'm using is that it's quite simple. If you can actually go with it, well, you can still do something very good. Can you see now? So where are we now? 173. So just as simple as that. So it doesn't mean, so you just have to try as much as possible. Stick with the method. Don't mantigale too much. Don't put your capital too much into a lot of risk, and you'll be good to go. You should be able to hit your targets daily. I know from there you just be done. So 7 catches us now. We can use 25. Remember that 25 gives you 10 profit to 9, 5, 9, 0, 6, 2. So because it gives you that, you're just good to go. You go back to where you started from, and boom, go back to where you started from, and you continue with it. Just as simple as that. So now let's go back to 7 again. Okay, 4, 8, 8, 9, 0, 1. Now, like I said, we might probably be calling it analysis, but there isn't any analysis whatsoever for it. But we just try as much as possible to come up with that, so that we can actually grow our capital a little bit, from there, and we can keep going up and up like that, and we'll be good to go. So what's our balance now? You can see 181, based on the fact that we're using this. Of course, I know we are not actually we aren't actually following money management, which is 2% here, basically because we are too sure of what to do, that at least to some extent we can have more winners than losers, and that's why we're doing that. So let's see 5, 1. Okay, 7, 8 actually comes up now. 0, 1, and boom, we go. You can actually come up with yours as well. It's just what I'm actually playing with that I'm showing us right now, and that's the reason we're just here now. So 185, good to go. We only need just 4 more, and we'll call it the 9350. So as you guys can see, we have more winners than losers. Not that we cannot have losers, because you've seen the way we dealt with the losers. You won't actually be rushing it whenever you have it, but you just be going gradually with it in order for you to see. For some of us, we just prefer, $25 is okay, I'm okay for the day. But nonetheless, for some of us that are actually still go-getter, we still want to do it back, because we've gotten it to 150. We started from 150, so just try as much as possible to see how we can do. We can make it back. Of course, it's a game of luck, because you can see that a number of our winners actually resides in 6 numbers, 6 digits. So it doesn't mean. Now let's change back to this. We're looking for 0, 1. 0, 1 is there, and 7, 7, and boom, here we go.